Hello guys, it's your hardware MVP random call sign coming to you through the official Overtake YouTube channel. Wheels and pedals can be a confusing thing to all sorts of beginners. Do you want to start with sim racing but you don't know where to put your money at? Then stick with me. When starting your sim racing journey, you should always define what is your budget and what are your objectives before starting to invest in this hobby or spending money. If you just want to test how it is to have a wheel, or if you're simply looking for a little bit of enhanced fun, there's really no reason to spend beyond 150 euros. You should try to find a well-handled second-hand wheels and pedals or look for discounts. If you find yourself really wanting a wheel and pedal set that is going to set the stage for your future in sim racing, there are typical two routes you can go. The old rivalry is still more present than ever. Logitech versus Thrustmaster is also the question one might ask themselves when it comes to the decision of the first hardware for the virtual track. If you can take a second off the virtual track to hit the bell and subscribe to our channel, it will never let you miss another awesome video with hardware expertise. Regularly recommended is either the Logitech G923 or the Thrustmaster T150, which could be seen as a direct comparison. Both make compelling arguments, but in other ways than you might think. Let's look at both of them. The Logitech G923 and its pedals are often seen as the gold standard for beginner wheels. It costs around 280 euros and it comes with a pedal set, which is great for an all-around start. The wheel rim is covered in leather and it comes with a so-called True Force technology, which is the household force feedback mode. If you want to know the details of Logitech's newest addition to the wheel family, check out the full review on our channel. The arch nemesis of the G923 is the aforementioned T150 with the T3PA pedals. Thrustmaster's belt and gears-driven wheel arrives for around over 220 euros at your door. The T150 feels inferior in terms of build quality. Everything is a little more plasticky than the nicely assembled materials of the G923. Some could also call it a plastic mess. Take the more expensive TT300 from the Thrustmaster as a better example. It has the same build, but with metal and better materials, which you really start to appreciate once you tested the cheaper version. For beginners that look to have something that can withstand the test of time, the T150 is probably not your first choice. In terms of force feedback, the Logitech has the edge as well, be it a little more narrow of the decision. The True Force of the G923 more accurately depicts the information from the track, while the T150 has a kind of an abrupt way to let the driver feel the force feedback. Both are far from perfect, but Logitech has the slight edge. One of the main differences is the amount of buttons that both wheelbases have integrated on the wheel. Again, in this case, the Logitech takes the W on that front because of the marquee rotary buttons of the G923, which makes it a far more accessible choice for games like F1, GT Sports, and even advanced sims like iRacing. The T150 has its fair share of buttons as well, which feel okay, but the rotary buttons really make a difference here. Where the Thrustmaster build really takes it back though is with the pedals. Never have I seen pedals in this price range that work so good with what they offer. If you manage to put on the so-called conical brake mod that Thrustmaster released for this pedal, the T3PA can kick way above its league and certainly kick the Logitech pedals to the curb. If you look for concrete on-track improvements, pedals are much more important than a wheel. This is a big point for the Thrustmaster. Integration to console and PC is a give or take for both. While the console updatation of the PS4 is seamless for both and basically means plug and play, the Logitech wheel has a slightly better software. It uses the G Hub, which works in conjunction to other Logitech products available. So on a PC, the G923 would get my vote of confidence in software question as well. Beginners might have an easier time to set up everything. While both wheels have differences, some aspects are similar. Both of them have the options to include the shifters, both can be attached to the desks and lay around the same price range. I always like to look for retaining value when beginners ask me for tips to buy their first sim racing equipment. That is an aspect that the Logitech does great in as well. Even if the wheel is not found to be the one of your choice, it can be sold again for a similar amount of money. I doubt that would be the same for the Thrustmaster T150. But it once again comes down to what your intentions are and maybe even what you will look to upgrade first. From my experience, pedals are usually the first thing that gets upgraded in the build. When you go for the bundle of the T3PA and T150, you already have pedals that are way above anything in their league. However, if someone asked me if I would buy the T150 without the pedals, I would clearly say no. It is an inferior wheel in every aspect to its main rival. At best, it is equal in some regions. So, if a beginner held me at gunpoint, I would probably recommend him to buy a Logitech G923 and upgrade the pedals if needed. The customizable buttons and better build quality is something that can't be denied, and the value retention is unmatched. For more esports racing content in general, visit overtech.gg or our YouTube and other social channels. If you like this video, consider watching other hardware reviews on our channel, such as the one to your right. In the bottom corner, we have prepared something really special for you. My name is Random Callsign, and have a wonderful day.